Get ready to dive into the mystical realms of Fate, the Winx Saga, as we unravel secrets, discuss theories, and explore what Season 3 might hold. Let's embark on this enchanting journey. The conclusion of the Winx Saga Season 2, which was just recently broadcast, gave the impression that Season 3 was unquestionably in the works. We thought we'd look at everything that's been said regarding Season 3 of the show and provide my ideas and predictions about what we believe may happen next. With all of the group's storylines having been resolved, and it appears like there was room to be expanded upon, we thought, therefore, let's begin. Take a look at Fate the Winx Saga Season 3, Everything We Know. The show's Season 2 concluded the primary plot in terms of the narrative. Sebastian did, however, succeed in creating a gateway that connects the other world and the realm of darkness. Even though he was conquered, it was clear that Bloom had to enter in order for it to be closed from the inside. But in the episode's last seconds, we saw that she ran across her mother, who had been there for a millennium after banishing herself. We are aware that when her mother wielded the dragon flame, as Bloom does now, it wreaked havoc and brought ruin. So we anticipate that the two will develop a close relationship. And we speculate that her mother may play a villain in Season 3 of the program. We think we'll see the answer to Bloom's question about where she comes from and why she has such strong abilities in the upcoming season. The visions Bloom experienced in Season 2 of the program seem to have materialized. However, Bloom will undoubtedly return to the other world at some point. The shadow that had been mentioned as having the power to bring the dead to life could be seen hovering above Beatrix's grave. So if she is possessed by evil, we believe she will be brought back to life, and they'd also speak a lot and stir up some mischief. She might be able to snap out of what the darkness is about to do to her only through her two sisters, who we learned about in the last episode. A sense of belonging can be the one thing that pulls her back to reality, because she is experiencing an identity crisis and doesn't feel like she belongs anywhere. Although Gray injured Aisha in Season 2, we believe their love will resume in Season 3 because he returned to Althea after being exiled. We'll watch Sarah's connection with Katz to see how it goes. Flora is also present, and she looks to have scars from the Scrapers attacking her. Nobody has ever survived as she did despite the fact that they were conquered. Thus, given the attention paid to it in the conclusion, something evil may have taken place. Musa, who has effectively suppressed her abilities as a result of her difficulty comprehending the suffering endured by everyone, wishes to specialize after demonstrating her mettle against the Blood Witches. That won't be a problem, and we'll watch her transform from a fairy to an expert. In terms of the plot, Season 3 of the program offers a lot to learn from, so we are interested to see how they're going to go. After the struggle against the Blood Witches, the fairies of the Wig Suite are left without their leader, Bloom, and each is dealing with their issues. To seal the gateway Sebastian had unlocked, Bloom crossed across into the realm of darkness. She would have to confine herself over there in order to accomplish her goal of closing the dragon flame power on the other side. But that may also provide her with the clarifications she so urgently sought about her mother and her ancestry. Flora, Tara's cousin, isn't doing very well while Tara is prospering in her brand new relationship with expert Kat. She is obviously severely psychologically and physically traumatized from the war when she nearly lost her life. She could require some time to process what transpired. According to the actress Chaves, Flora is a big person who enjoys lending a hand whenever she can, as she said in a statement to Express, and I believe we'll see her seeking assistance, begging for help, and being more vulnerable in this upcoming season. Following the shocking passing of her friend Beatrix, Stella is also experiencing grief. Beatrix's sacrifice to preserve the other world was her first significant act of selflessness, and while they had their fallouts, it caused her death. At the conclusion, Prey's connection with Aisha remained a mystery when he found her in a field near the school after being exiled for his involvement with the Blood Witches. First, love endures regardless of whether she chooses to forgive the other person. Musa is the last person on the list, and she does not want her empathic abilities. Instead, as Riven instructs her on how to become a specialist, she is becoming closer to him. All of the battle to rescue Alfie has been won. How long will it last, and at what cost? Those appear to be the main concerns hanging over Fate, the Winx Saga's conclusion. There is no question that nothing will ever be the same again, and although we are not yet certain of what it is, there is another evil power at work. But will we learn what's happening? Netflix chose to discontinue Fate, the Winx Saga on November 1, 2022, so fans will never get the satisfying conclusion they deserve. It was previously thought that new episodes may debut in late 2023 or early 2024, but since Netflix abruptly canceled the show, it appears like there won't be any new episodes at all unless a fan petition saves the day. We would have anticipated seeing the following fairies return if the program had been renewed, including Iliad Saltera, Abigail Cowan Bloom, Hannah van der Westhuizen, Stella, Precious Mostafa, Aisha, Alicia Applebaum Musa, Paulina Chabs, Flora. The specialists who have been battling with them are another group. Saul Silva was portrayed by Robert James Collier, Sky by Danny Griffin, Riven by Freddie Thorpe, and Cat by Lee Minto. When Season 3 was still in the works, it appeared that Alfie would find a new headmistress after the violent deaths of the previous two. Before learning of the cancellation, showrunner Brian Young told TV Line that that's going to be the mystery of Season 3. We'll get to enjoy having that casting, which will be great. Silva is still here, but he is a specialist, and our fairy school certainly needs a fairy. Moving ahead, it will be a question mark for us. Remember that the upcoming scenario is only possible if the Season 3 cancellation is overturned, which looks quite improbable. However, if you believe in magic, then possibly all that happens might still happen somehow, perhaps on a different network or streaming service. On November 1, 2022, Fate the Winx Saga's cancellation was announced by showrunner Brian Young, who formerly worked on The Vampire Diaries. So this is not fun news to share, but Netflix has decided not to move forward with Season 3 off Fate the Winx Saga, he said in a post on Instagram. It's particularly difficult since I know how much a lot of you enjoyed this season. It has a tragic silver lining, but there is one anyway. I'm so thrilled that we were able to convey the tales we did, and I am so proud of everyone who worked on the program. Cast members also used social media to bid the show farewell after he made the news. Alicia Applebaum, who played the Mind Fairy Musa, announced in an Instagram story that Fate will not be going ahead for a third season. I am extremely appreciative to have been given a role as entertaining as Musa, and to have had the opportunity to share your televisions at home with a beautiful ensemble, whom I am so glad to refer to as my fairy family. I have learned so much from this show, and I couldn't have asked for a better 4 years. I'm grateful for the memories. We really appreciate the passion with which the fans follow the progress of the event. Stay enchanted. Netflix has not officially stated why the show was canceled, but as Variety previously noted, several producers are of the opinion that tremendous viewership, which Fate unquestionably had, does not guarantee the streamer would renew a show. Despite being a critical and commercial success, Neil Gaiman tweeted back in August that he wasn't optimistic that The Sandman would receive a second season. Of course, the termination of the series implies that Young's intentions are now in ruins. There's still a chance Netflix may pick up the series again in the future, but that would present the issue of the performers, who are all in their 20s yet play teens, having aged too much to play the parts. On Winx Saga front, though, there is still some optimism. Eugenio Straffi, the creator of the Fate franchise, provided news of his own on Instagram 2 days after Netflix announced the termination, asserting that Netflix's choice was made for a bigger reason. Exciting times lie ahead in the magical world of Fate, the Winx Saga. Share your thoughts on Season 3 predictions. Do you think Netflix would rethink? And don't forget to subscribe for future updates and discussions.